Brendle, and it's been so long. I'm fairly confident in my last video, which was in the fall, I had said that I was going to be more consistent, and then I dropped off. I'm back. I'm not going to promise consistency. I'm going to try my best, but I did rearrange some of my goals this year to try to like help accommodate being able to post videos and stuff like that. So this is my budget planner for 2024. This is a Live Love Posh cover. And then this is the Sunny Risograph, I think is how you say it, planner, but it's only the welcome page, which I haven't put my name in yet. And then it has the calendar view. Then everything else is things that I've added to it. It is or was a dashboard planner, and I took those out and put them in my regular planner. So I kind of swapped some things around. But in here, I wanted to mention my budget notes page. I posted this on my Instagram, and I've done this for a couple years now. At the end of the year, I look back at all of my budget notes that I've made in my old planner to know when like our big bills come out, like whether there are auto insurance that's like every 6 months or 7 months or so. It's weird how these line up sometimes. Or our motorcycle insurance is only once a year. I also include when our mortgage increases, which is usually right around February time. Or like our garbage increases every year in November. Only like a couple dollars, but every year it increases. Netflix increased last December. That one's not normal, but I just put it in here just in case. And then we have our tabs on our vehicle. And so a couple of these will be this year, but then the Ninja we just did last year in 2023. And so it won't be up until 2025. But I added in here so that come next year, I'll remember in May, hey, those will need to be renewed. So that's just kind of like a little snapshot. I color coded them kind of like what I thought each month represented. My friend Megan helped me pick those colors out. So then we're gonna jump into the calendar view. I do this so that I can kind of plan out when to pay things. So we have Matt's paycheck, my paycheck, Matt's, and then mine again. We are bi-monthly, so it's not a regular like every Monday, every Thursday. Technically, Matt does get paid on the end of the previous month, but I always use that towards the new month, so I put it on the first. Similar, these are all due in February, but I'm using January's paycheck or paychecks to pay for them, so I put them at the end of the month so that I will usually pay them by the end of the month, so they're good for the new month. And then I check them off when they go through. Some of these are automatic, like Netflix is automatic, Spotify, our life insurance. I think that's it. All the other ones, nope, garbage is also, sorry. This is sewer and garbage. That one's also automatic. So electric, I go in and pay, and our Tacoma, internet, phone, and mortgage. Those ones I all go in and process the payment. I think, well, I know some of them I could set up as automatic, but I just don't. So then next, we're gonna flip over to the budget pages. The pages in between here are my posting schedule for Instagram and stuff like that. So this is kind of a social media planner and budget planner. So I just kind of combined it all together so I didn't have so many planners, and it worked out. So for January, we did set up a budget. I did not do a video, but we're gonna kind of go over what we ended up actually bringing in, where we put it, everything like that. To start off, we brought in $8,359, which was an extra $2,759. Next we have mortgage. That stayed the same. These are all of our fixed expenses, which typically don't change each month. So our Tacoma was the same. Our phone bill was still $52. Garbage was $82. Our internet did go up $3, so that's now $55. Life insurance was the same. Spotify was the same, and Netflix was the same. So that internet increase is something that I will mention on my budget notes, which I can give you a sneak peek. I did already kind of make a note. I will go through everything and then add whatever little things that are increased. So these ones all stayed the same. So then our total fixed expenses for January were $2,185, which is just that $3 increase from internet. For our sinking funds, what is that little thing? Okay. For our sinking funds, we added a little bit extra, so $2,550, which was an extra $360. It's common for us to change how much we put into our sinking funds, and I'll go over that on the next page. So our groceries, we had $792. So we had $8 extra there, and actually our restaurant was $67 and also had an extra $8. So for our our variable expenses, we had a total of $3,409, which is an extra $344 than we had planned. But we did bring in some extra money, so that kind of balances that out. And then the other remaining money that we received went into our investing for our Roth IRA. Well, my Roth IRA we'll start with, and then we'll move on to Matt's. So this was $2,765, which is an extra $2,412. So we'll move these numbers down here under the total lines. Awesome. That is the overview of our January budget, and then we will dive into that $2,550 because that's a big chunk of our budget and where it went. So we'll flip over here, and here's what we had budgeted to go into there, and now we'll kind of go over what we actually did because it did change slightly, what we spent, and then our ending balances. So for auto insurance, we did not add anything extra, but our car and truck insurance came out for a 6-month premium, which was $815.96. So if we take our beginning minus our spent, it gives us $1,246.81. Next we have auto maintenance, and we still put in 100, and we didn't have anything happen, so we have $1,141.27. No, sorry, that's a 2. We did add the 100, so then we increased it $100. Our beauty category, which I want to make a chart to show like what goes in each of these categories. Some of them are limited, like auto insurance. That's our car insurance for our 6-month premium, which happens twice a year, and then our motorcycle insurance, and that's it. But things like beauty, we put our daily hygiene items in there, such as toothbrush, toothpaste, body wash, deodorant, and it also includes like traditional beauty items like makeup. When I get my eyebrows done, that goes in that category. Nail polish would go, like, just, it's kind of has a lot going in there, and so it would be nice to have like a little chart that says these are the things that go in that category. The budget mom, I don't follow her process necessarily, but I do know my friends used some of her things, and she does a chart that shows like these are things that go in that category, and I've seen other people make a page about them, like a spread, so I might do that. Anyways, back to what we spent it was $64.82. And this is one where we got a bunch of hygiene products. We got mouthwash, deodorant, body wash, and then I also got some new hair clips. I got my eyebrows done, and then face powder. If we take our beginning and we add what we contributed to it minus what we spent, we have an ending of $205.37. Card tabs, we didn't add anything and we didn't spend anything, so we still have that $343.79. For clothes, we still added $100 to each of ours, and I spent $191.74, which gives me an ending of $184.85. I bought a couple bathing suits, which I actually returned. I'm recording this in February, so I did return it this weekend, and then there'll be a credit on the next one. But I bought leggings. I bought a bunch of new spaghetti strap tank tops because I do love layering. And then I did get a sweatshirt. Actually, this sweatshirt, cute little lace. It's not really winter appropriate, but around the house it's still good. Next we have Matt's clothing, and he spent $188.43, and he took advantage of quite a few sales. So he got 4 pairs of pants and a pair of shorts for $188. I think 3 of the pairs of pants are Prana and the shorts were Prana, which usually are pretty spendy, but he got all of it for $188, so that was pretty good. And so he has $61.66 left. Next we have Costco. We didn't add anything and we didn't spend anything, so we still have this $120.14. We do get the gold membership, and last year we actually made more, or we got a cash back that was more than the cost of that membership, so we didn't need to use this. Next we have dogs, and this one we had to increase a lot. We bumped it up to $537. We have an older dog. She's 14 and a half. Her name is Leah, and we came home one night and she was acting kind of strange, and we monitored her that night. The next day she was still kind of doing it, so we scheduled an appointment, and the following day we had went in and they didn't really find anything, but also by then she wasn't acting as strange anymore. But since she's an older dog, we still wanted to give her the full blood test, urine, fecal, all of it, just to kind of check all the boxes and make sure she is still doing well. She had lost a little bit of weight, but the vet checked all of her limbs and her joints and stuff. She did give us some medication in case we notice signs of arthritis. We can kind of give her some for a day. She didn't want to put her on like normal routine, but it just gave us some medicine in case something does come up until our next appointment. So that kind of took a lot, and then we had already bought dog food and stuff like that, so it added up. So we had spent all of this money, so we spent $536.93, which leaves 37 cents left. For electric, we still added $115, and the bill was $149.62. So our ending is $224. Next we have entertainment, and we still put the $200, and we spent a good chunk of it, $194.65. We had some family get-togethers, so we brought dinner. I did an escape room with some friends. I had dinner with another friend, and then I went to a friend's birthday party, and it was super themed, and so everyone brought a soup. So I brought the materials or ingredients to make that. The ending we have in there is $610. Fitness and health, we still added $50. That did not change. We did spend $132.36. Matt got a pre-workout powder stuff. And then we also bought another massage gun because our old one had died. And it does really help Matt. So we have $159.96 in there. Furniture, we still added $100. We didn't spend anything. We are thinking of getting new nightstands. We just have one traditional nightstand on my side. And then Matt has this little table that it works, but we kind of want to get like a matching set or something. And I've had my nightstand and actually our dressers since before Matt and I were together. So they're pretty old, but they still work. Next, we have gas, which we still added $200. And we spent $202, and this includes a trip to my friend's house. We just put all the gas in there. Even though I think it's a 4-hour drive over there, 4 or 5 hours. So we could have included it in vacation. I did include other spending in vacation, but gas I just put into here. For gifts for Christmas, we didn't add anything, but we did technically spend on shipping. There was a gift for someone and it arrived late. I had a feeling it was going to. I already told them, I was like, hey, this isn't coming by Christmas. It's not even getting to me by Christmas. So I did ship it out late, but it was a custom order from Etsy, and so it was totally worth the lateness. So I'm so happy about it. And it wasn't on the Etsy owner. Like their time frame had some before Christmas and like it was overlapping after Christmas, and that was on me, like, oh, that was on me. So no harm, no shade. Next is the total. So we have $2,488.87, and I just remembered I was going to add enough to cover that, so we have an even, or at least over $2,500 for next year, but we'll figure that out probably next month. So gifts in general, we still added 100, and I spent 150.74. So we have 130.69 remaining. Home extras, we added some here. 173, and we spent 179.13. So we have 71 cents left. And let's see, we got a few random things. A new shower liner. We got some rug tape to help keep our area rug in the living room down, and it has been working wonders. I'm not sure why we never got that before. Previously, Buddy, our golden retriever, he's our second dog. He's turned 4 a few months ago. And when we get home, he gets so excited, he runs all over, and normally he would like slide the area rug all over, even with the couch on it. It was not enough to keep him and his excitement contained. But the rug tape is working great. And then we got some new refillable Keurig filters, or those little cups. We bought a new can opener. I bought some storage containers. And then the big chunk of it was we did buy new dinnerware, so new plates and bowls. So I'm so excited about that. We've had a mismatched pair for so long, and finally when we were at Costco we got a new set. So home improvement, we still added 100. We did not buy anything for this, so we have $406.22. Next we have hunting, and we added 150, and Matt did buy some bullets just to kind of stock up. He normally buys his Sportsman's package, which is just all of his tags and everything for the year, at the beginning of the month, or beginning of the year, but he hasn't yet, but that's okay. So the remaining is $159.36. Next we have medical, and we didn't add anything, but we did buy some Dayquil for $14.82. I was pretty sick at the beginning of January. Actually, it was right after Christmas. Like, we hung out with people on Christmas and went home, and I was just sick for like a week and a half. It was not good. I went to the doctor. They tested me a few things, but they didn't find anything, and it was near the end. He said, you're not contagious, at least, and it was near the tail end. So I worked from home. I stayed away from everybody. Just cocooned. Better now, but Dayquil is at least getting me by. And the ending for this category now is $492.40. For office supplies and books, we still added the same $150, but we did spend $112.76. I bought a Kindle clicker so I can like prop my Kindle up, and I can like cozy up in my blanket, and then I can just click, 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 and it'll click the pages forward. The only thing, and I understand why it doesn't do it this way, it would be nice if it clicked back. Now, what else did we get? I bought some new stickers. We bought a new calendar for the kitchen. It is just like a big desk calendar, and we put it up on the wall, and it just allows Matt and I to look at the calendar visually before we schedule things, just to see if the other one already has plans or, you know, whatnot. So our ending for office supplies and books is $167.78. Next is outdoors, and we still added the 50, and we spent $128.68. The majority of this was some bicycle items that Matt wanted, so that when he rides his bike to work, he can have like a little tool set in case something happens. Like, so a portable bike pump, and then also a bigger bike pump at home, because we didn't even have one. We have an air compressor. He's like, sometimes you just need to like pump out a couple pumps of air and you're fine, instead of like running the whole air compressor for it. So we have $203.28 left in that category. Next is technology, which we added 100. We did not spend anything, and then the ending was $786.98. Next we have vacation. We added 100, and I spent, it's actually an even $325. I went over to visit my friend. We stayed in a hotel a couple of nights to take advantage of the pool while it was like a snowstorm outside. Pool and hot tub, obviously, the good stuff. Other than that, we ate out a bit. We got coffees, just kind of like all of that was in there. So we have $2,229.22. So many twos. We do have a trip to Hawaii in March, so we've already bought the flights, hotel, and car rental. And so this is mostly for food and excursions and stuff like that. We haven't really nailed down the details on that yet, but that'll probably be here now that we're in February leading up to it. So it's exciting. For our water bill, we did add the 25, and we normally pay it in January, but we got it kind of late, and it's actually not due until March. They give us the whole quarter to pay it, so I'll just pay it in February, and then that leaves $83.76 in there. And I don't have the totals here, so sorry, I guess the total would be what we added here, which was the $2,550, so I can add that. But I don't have that, but it doesn't matter. So normally you take your beginning minus what you, or add what you contributed to it, subtract out what you spent, and then that would be your new ending. Or you can obviously also add them all up and compare the two amounts too. So in this video, we're also going to look at February. So this is our February layout here. I added some little check boxes this time for it. So cute. And then we're going to move over to our monthly budget. So this will be similar to the January, but little changes. So for combined, we are keeping it at $5,600. We do average more than that, but we like to keep the income minimum so that we're not as stressed to make the extra money. For our mortgage, if you remember on here, back on the little budget notes page, so I get to it, our mortgage increases. So normally it is $1,241, and we're just going to estimate, because we don't know yet until we get the bill, that it will be $1,300. Next, our minimum on our Tacoma is $590. Our phone bill is still $152. Garbage is $82. Internet, it did increase last month and is now $55. Life insurance is $38. Spotify is $15, and Netflix is $12. So that means our total fixed expenses are $2,244. And then for our sinking funds, that number that we're going to contribute is $2,240, which is very close to our fixed expenses. Groceries, we've been doing really well with $800 for a family of 2, just the 2 of us, but it has increased to $800. Next, our restaurant, we are going to do $75. We usually do breakfast for Valentine's Day. It's usually a more relaxed environment. It's not as busy. People aren't rushing around. And it's not always on Valentine's. Like, I think Valentine's Day is the middle. Yeah, it's on a Wednesday. So we probably won't do it on a Wednesday. We'll do it the weekend after or something. So our variable expenses add up to $3,115. And for investing, the remainder, which is taking our income that we expect, subtracting our fixed expenses, and subtracting out our variable, leaves us with $241. But since I created this budget with Matt, we had went over it, we've tentatively started our taxes, and we are gonna owe. We owe for federal, but we do have a return for our state. So combined, I think it'll probably be about $700 that we owe. So this amount that we're going to originally allocated towards investing, we're going to have to move that towards our taxes so that we can get that taken care of. Hopefully we'll make extra money throughout the month and we can pay for the taxes and also invest. But sometimes our priorities obviously have to shift. So that's the overview for February. And next we're going to flip over and go over the $2,240 that we are going to be putting into our sinking fund. We're just going to fill out the budget amount because these 3 columns are at the end. So auto insurance, we are not contributing towards that. I'll have to double check. Should be enough for our motorcycle insurance and the second premium for our car insurance. That's later in the year. For auto maintenance, we are still going to add $100. We know at some point you're going to need tires, oil change, stuff like that. So we just kind of want to keep building that up. Beauty, we're still going to add $100. Car tabs will also... Car tabs we put as adding $100, but I don't know if we necessarily needed to do that. I I think we might have been adding 100 just like on a roll because clothes are also 100. So I might have to look into that. So we might not add 100 to that. So we'll see. Anyways, Costco, we don't need to add anything to. Dogs, we are adding 100 just to try to beef that up. Electric, we are adding 115. Entertainment, we are adding 200. Fitness and health, we're adding 100. Furniture, we are adding 100. Gas, we've been doing good with 200, so we're gonna keep that. Gifts, right now we're not gonna add anything, but that could change, especially if we don't need to contribute to card tabs. Gifts in general, we're gonna add 100. Home extras is 100. Home improvement is 100. You can see a pattern. 100 we are quite fond of. Hunting, we break the pattern. It's 150. Medical, we're gonna add 100. Office supplies and books, we're adding 100. Outdoors, we're adding 50. Technology, we are good. Vacation, we're still gonna add 100. Just keep bumping that up. And then next we have our water bill, which is 25. And so that adds up to $2,240. Yay! So awesome, sweet, cool, thank you. I appreciate you for watching and following along. These are our real numbers. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye!